Welcome in live, ladies and gentlemen, to Cali's Best Radio Show. Let me go ahead and bring in my special in-studio guest tonight. He is joining me live in studio. He's an up-and-coming artist, but he's been on his grind for a minute, and it's starting to pay off. Trust me on that. He made the trip all the way from Canada, no less. Please welcome, let me give a warm welcome to Angelo. Welcome to Cali's Best Radio Show.
Thank you for having me. How's everybody doing?
Yay! I'm so glad you made it. It's been some months in the making.
Yes, it has. It's been a while.
Yes. So go ahead and tell me, we had the pleasure of having you on the Blaze in the LA TV show a few years back. What's been going on with you since then?
Since then, I've been working on an EP as well as a mixtape that's going to be coming after that. The EP is going to be about 3-4 songs. I'm going to title it Hollywood. And then the mixtape after that is going to be called Calabasas, which is where I just came from actually before driving all the way here.
Hollywood. Okay. So how did you wind up in Calabasas? Are you from Canada or are you from here?
I'm from Canada.
Oh, okay. So you got some family or something in Calabasas?
Nope. I just made a few friends out here. The thing is, I came to California just for like a couple of months to, just grind and network and stuff like that.
Oh.
And I was looking for somewhere to stay that wasn't Hollywood. So I'm like, what's a nice place that I could stay that's, quiet? Because I'm a peaceful guy, like, my quiet. So I found Calabasas.
Okay.
And I came down there and I fell in love with the place.
That's
it's
a little
absolutely
bougie.
gorgeous.
Is it bougie?
It is, but my thing is it's quiet, it's peaceful. I love it.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So going back though, so you're originally from what part of Canada?
I'm from a city called Edmonton in a province called Alberta, Canada.
Right. Is that a pretty big city or is it rural or what's it like?
It's a decent sized city.
Right. Okay. So we were talking before we went on air about the man, who hails from Canada,
Yes.
Mr. Drake.
Yes.
What part is he from? How far?
He's from Toronto. That's completely on the other side of the country
from
where I'm from.
So just on that, you were telling me who were some of your musical influence or who you're liking now, and he was one of them. Tell us about his influence in Canada, because like here he's like top 10 everything, and he's just...
It's pretty much the same thing in Canada. He's very influential. He's like the number one guy in the country, and he really put Toronto on the map. And
nice.
There's a lot of artists coming out of Toronto, but Drake really opened that door for sure for everybody coming out of there.
All right. So who's opening the door for the artists coming out of Edmonton, specifically Alberta?
I'm trying to.
There you go.
I'm trying to. That's why I'm out here working,
Go ahead and tell us something about your musical journey. When did you get started? What made you want to, pursue this thing, music?
I started a while ago. I would as a kid, I would always write down poems or just write my thoughts down. And then one day I was like, you know what? Poetry and music, this is what I want to do pretty much for the rest of my life. And I saw Lil Wayne in concert, which is my favorite rapper of all time.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, you know what? This is what I want to do. So I got to work with a friend of mine and we started writing songs in the basement and just writing. And we were hoping that people on the outside would listen to our music and just like what we did. And we found a guy, actually it was a friend of ours. His name is Nova Mills. He brought us to his studio. It was pretty run down. It was like the first studio we've ever been to. And then we just worked our way up from there, going to different studios and just, building a name for ourselves in the city. And
Nice.
yeah.
So it sounds like it's a pretty happening city musically if you've got choices like that and studios and production situations.
We're trying to like build a bigger name for Edmonton, because we're not as far as like different cities such as Toronto and stuff like that. But there's definitely quite a number of hip hop artists that are working hard right now in the city to make a name for Edmonton and put ourselves on the map. That's really the mission right now with like everybody.
Nice. So how long have you been doing it though?
Years, just grinding and working.
All right. So tell us about some of the successful things that you've experienced so far. I see that, from your bio that you've toured with a lot of different people and you've performed open for a lot of different people. Tell us about that.
I've opened for a lot of big artists that came through the city. There was T-Pain, there was Elephant Man, there was Tyga, there was Waka Flocka, there was... I can't even remember. The list goes on.
How was it really exciting to be a part of those big shows?
It honestly was. One of the best shows we opened up for was probably Tyga.
Really?
That show was just like a party.
Oh, wow.
Pretty much, yeah.
Nice.
And I think it was a few months ago I performed in Virginia at the Richmond International Film and Music Festival.
Nice.
And they gave me the award for Best Hip Hop, which I was pretty happy about.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
I did not expect that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Wow, you get around.
I try to.
Nice.
Music-wise, that is.
Yes. Strictly music.
Yes.
Talking strictly music. All right. So right now, though, you're working on 2 different projects. So let's start with the EP that you're working on.
The EP titled Hollywood. The reason I titled it Hollywood is because Hollywood is like a mixture of things that I don't like and everything that I want.
Okay. Explain.
So the side of Hollywood that I'm not too fond of is like the fake side of it, where everybody just pretends, and that's who I try not to be and stay away from. And at the same time, I want that type of lifestyle, just driving through Hollywood and seeing how beautiful parts of it are, and the movies, the actors. I'm into that stuff like that. So.
Okay. All right. It seems like a lot of stuff that you think is in Hollywood really isn't, though. Like the movies and stuff like that. That's not really coming from Hollywood so much.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more fakeness than real that's happening down there.
There is.
But anyway.
There's good parts to it.
Yeah. Well, Hollywood. So you named your EP Hollywood. So how is that translating into what your EP is going to be like?
As far as what it's going to translate, what my EP is going to be like, it's just basically explaining who I am as a person and the things that I go through, my trips to Hollywood, my trips to Calabasas, and basically like what my life has been.
Mm-hmm. Is this your first project you're coming out with?
No,
officially?
I actually have 3 mixtape. It's a series called The Days of the Phoenix, 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Okay, so a mixtape series.
Mm-hmm.
This is so that was your first sort of project.
Yeah, my first official
and
project.
then now, okay, so you did 3 mixtapes, and those are what, on Dat Piff, and
they're on Dat Piff as well as iTunes.
Okay, all right. And then so how many songs on your EP?
Which one?
The one that you're working on currently.
There's gonna be 3 on this one. It's gonna be like a mini thing. It's like basically an appetizer before the main course.
Gotcha.
The main course being Calabasas, the project.
Gotcha. Calabasas, Hollywood and Calabasas.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Now, what's behind the Calabasas thing?
Calabasas was basically a turning point in my life. When I moved to Calabasas, a lot of things weren't going well for me, and it was basically a sink or swim type of situation. It's like I lost a lot of things, some people, and I was just like basically felt on my own. So I thought, am I just gonna quit, or am I gonna really just like work hard and make things happen? And I decided to make things happen. And that's when I moved to Calabasas, and it really showed me that I can do a lot of these things on my own without help. And
nice.
it was a big point in life. So that's why I decided to name the project Calabasas, just to show that part in my life.
All right. It's like your autobiography on
pretty much
music.
Yeah.
How long did you stay in Calabasas?
Calabasas, I was there for a month and a half, 2 months. Okay. Not too long.
Not too long. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and I think take a listen to one of the songs that we have from, I guess it'll be on the EP. I'm not sure. You want to tell us about the song, the name, and what's it about?
The name is Bad Things, but it's a remix. It's basically about bad things, pretty women, good-looking women.
Why? So bad in a good way.
Oh, in a very good way. Inspired by the women in Toronto.
Oh,
that's pretty much what they call them. They call them things.
Oh my gosh, I don't really know if I like that, but okay.
It's a good thing, though.
It's a good thing. All right. And so I happened to take a look at the video, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Right.
What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and cue up Bad Things remix. So, but first, so it's a remix. So it was Bad Things. What happened in the remix?
In a remix, it's basically prolonging the story, like telling more of the story of, little adventures and stuff. talking about women.
Okay. Bad things, bad boys. Yeah, I get it.
No, just bad things.
I get it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Angelo, and the name of the track is Bad Things Remix.
Bitches in the club right now, would you gon' shake that ass for real, nigga? All my bad bitches in the club right now, would you gon' shake that ass for real, nigga? All my red bones on the floor right now, would you gon' shake that ass for real, nigga? Said all my bad bitches in the club right now, would you gon' shake that ass for real, nigga? I'm in a condo in Toronto, I got a thick yellow thing, she coming pronto. I got a model tank, she on a booty wave. Told my Asian baby girl that I'm gon' behave. Where my baddies and all of my babies. Had a few that was driving me crazy, so I switched up and flew to the 6. I don't want her, she all in the mix. Still in VIP with some bad hoes. She's still a bad tank from the back though. I'm feeling them curves in that ass though. She wanna be a queen to the castle. Now we lit and we all in the whip though. She still whining and whining them hips slow. Grab the baddest little ting and I'm leaving. When I'm done with her, I'm still screaming. All my bad bitches in the club right now, would you gon' shake that ass for real, nigga? All my bad bitches in the club right now, would you gon' shake that ass for real, nigga? All my red bones on the floor right now, would you gon' shake that ass for real, nigga? Said all my bad bitches in the club right now, would you gon' shake that ass for real, nigga? I'm in a high rise on the 6 side. I got some bad things waiting for me outside. I got a yellow ting, I got a model chick. She a guy needs licks and she hella thick. Got some things from downtown to the lakeshore, and my driver just scooped me to get more. Bring him back to the spot to get lit. From my place got a view of the 6. She just wants some money and some bags though. I'm just really trying to get that ass though. She wanna turn up and be wife though. I just want the dollars and the cash flow. I'm just living my life till it's over. Take a shower, then call up my chauffeur. She just think that I'm always just playing, cause I'm the one that's forever singing. All my bad bitches in the club right now, would you gon' shake that ass for real, nigga? All my bad bitches in the club right now, would you gon' shake that ass for real, nigga? All my red bones on the floor right now, would you gon' shake that ass for real, nigga? Said all my bad bitches in the club right now, would you gon' shake that ass for real, nigga?
All right, that was Angelo and Bad Things Remix off of the Hollywood project coming out pretty soon. How are the Bad Things in Toronto reacting to this song? Have you had a chance to get any radio airplay out there yet?
Not in Toronto, but I'm working on that. I'm thinking of going down there sometime within the next couple of months to be on a podcast and as well to be on an interview as well.
Nice.
I have a few people that I know down there.
Pretty good.
So I'm trying to make that happen.
I know that's right. It's hard with marketing and promoting. You're doing everything by yourself, or do you have a team?
I have somewhat of a team, but at the most I do it by myself. Like everything is pretty much self-funded, but I do have a photographer, I have a producer, which is a cameraman also. I have another cameraman, and
that helps.
Yeah, trying to build the team.
That helps a little bit. All right. So I saw the video, and congratulations. I saw you have it on World Star Hip Hop.
Thank you.
How did that go?
It went pretty well. It definitely helped with as far as views and as far as attention,
exposure,
and getting it out there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. I haven't heard too much from World Star Hip Hop lately, and then I just I was researching you and I came across it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. And so tell us about, all right, so your creative process. How did you come to like what's your inspiration for making the music? Like that was obviously sort of like a club kind of track. Is that sort of the mode that you create in?
Pretty much, yeah. I like to make a lot of club music. I like to make music that people can feel as opposed to just lyrics and stuff like that. I like to make music from the heart that's going to put somebody through a journey that's also the way I like to construct a project. I like to make somebody feel as if they're going through a journey. Like I want to make them feel something, and I want a reaction out of somebody when I make music.
That's good. That's nice. And so you write all your own lyrics?
Absolutely, 100%. No ghostwriters. I'd like to write for other people, but nobody writes for me.
well, you know, that'll come. You got to get yourself out there and get yourself established.
Definitely.
A little bit more. So you have your team. That's good. And your producer, did they come up with the music for that, or?
Yeah, my producer is actually, he's amazing at what he does. He makes the beats. He goes the extra mile to make sure your song or project is up to par, and like he gives it that extra whatever that you need. Like he wants to make sure it's 100%. He doesn't just take your money and just give you some,
just give you anything.
Exactly.
Good stuff. So in Edmonton, is there any venues that you sort of can perform at? What is the scene like in Edmonton for the hip hop?
It's growing. It's like we're not as far as Toronto and other places, but the scene back home, it's definitely growing. There's a lot of new artists that are putting in a lot of work, and they're working. So I gotta keep working even harder.
Are you on your own label? Like you put out your own, you distribute your own?
Yeah, basically online. There's like distribution services online and stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of it, my stuff is self-funded.
Nice. So you like that position, or would you ever consider like taking one of these little deals from a record label if it came about? Or?
If I were to take a deal, I'd make sure it's like beneficial for me, because I put in a lot of work in what I do, funded it all, and
yeah.
But I enjoy, like, I'm proud of being independent and doing a lot of work myself. So.
Right, and you get to keep, your own, your own.
Royalties.
Take on he's like, okay, you get all your money. That's true. I would say, but your own creativity is, you don't have to explain it, you don't have to, it's what you want to put out, it's representing you.
Absolutely.
And that's the beautiful thing about it. So a lot of artists, they're striving for the wrong things, and they're putting the cart before the horse. They have to take some steps, and definitely. It's a long grind.
For sure.
It's a long grind.
Hard work for sure.
But speaking of the internet, how is it though for getting your music out there and your social media and stuff? What do you like about it? What you dislike about it?
I like that it connects so many people together, and just people from all over the world. I've had somebody that was on Instagram from like China asking me to like send him my beat so he could put a verse on it. That was a long time ago. I forgot about that. But yeah, that's what I like. It connects so many people. There's people just from different countries and stuff like that. Like people in Australia that listen to your music. And what I dislike about it, I don't know. I can't really say right now.
Once you get people constantly in your inbox every 5 minutes wanting something, when the sentence starts with "can I," that's a non-paying feature.
Or let's work. Let's work. When I put
network.
My video up, there's just a ton of people that are like, let's work, and just like some of them you can tell they're just like after your money or whatnot. They don't really care to work with you as an artist. So.
Right. And speaking of which, there are a lot of scammy type situations.
Oh yeah.
Is it like that in Canada too?
It happens.
Like it's always somebody saying they're an A&R of something or something, and they want to give you a consultation for $500. And
for 3,000.
3,000.
That's how much their consultation.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. And do you know some people are actually falling for that?
Yeah. Oh, it happens. It happens to all of us. You just gotta smarten up and just not repeat the same mistakes.
It's not gonna happen overnight. You have to put in the work, and the most important thing is your music has to be quality.
Absolutely, and I'm satisfied with the producer I'm working with. Everything is quality with him. So
nice. Well, I'm glad you got a little production team, a nice little production situation going on. And you came out to the Blaze Indie LA TV show about like 3 years ago now?
I think it was a couple.
2.5. You were on the epic episode.
I remember that.
Where Okay, so for people who may not know, I used to produce a TV show called the Blaze in LA TV show, and we'd have artists come on and we'd interview artists. We would do music reviews. I had a whole cast. And by the way, Angelo was asking about all the cast members when he came in. So just shout out you guys. And we had somebody who actually submitted a track and for us to listen to and give our opinions on. But in the track, there was an active dog barking. It's still funny to this day.
I can't believe that. Like, why?
Every time I come across that video, I think it's had like, I don't know, like about 25,000 views or something like that on Facebook. Wow. But every time it's still funny. It's like, are we being punked? Did they really do this? I mean, speak to all the hobbyist artists out there. And that was, of course, the mission of the Blaze in LA TV show, is to rid the universe of hobbyist artists. But speak to it. Do you run into a lot of hobbyist artists like that? They just making songs in the basement. I mean, you started out that way, but I don't imagine you had your dog in the basement.
No, I don't have a dog, first of all. But if I did, I would not be like, dog, jump on the track with me. But to each his own,
Yeah, I just don't know what to think about some of these artists and some of the things they're going through. But yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, he came out. So this is just showing you, how much he's willing to pursue his music thing. Oh, yeah. And grind it out real hard. And so, definitely kudos to you for that. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Cali's Best Radio Show here on 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM, the stations that leave no listener behind. I'm here joined in studio with my guest, Mr. Angelo.
Hello.
Straight from Canada.
Yep.
Straight out of Canada. All right. So we were talking about he has two projects upcoming, one an EP called Hollywood, and then the other, is it going to be a full-length LP?
Full-length, yeah.
Called Calabasas. Any idea when we will be able to get our hands or our ears on the EP?
A Hollywood EP, I say within the next couple of weeks. I'm trying to put that out as soon as possible. In Calabasas, probably sometime in the fall.
Nice.
Still gotta add some touches to that one.
Back to back.
Oh yeah.
All right, sounds good. All right, so where do you see yourself in the next few years? I mean, what's the plan?
Hopefully at the top. Just work my way up and just make my dreams come true, achieve all my goals. That's all I've been focused on lately.
Are you having fun?
I'm having a lot of fun.
See, that's the thing.
A lot of fun doing this.
That's the thing. You gotta enjoy what you're doing. Whether
Absolutely.
you make it, what your top is may be different from somebody else's top. But as long as you're having fun on the journey, that's really what counts. All right. So what I want to do, two things. I want to know who's in your top 5 playlist. Go.
My top 5 playlists, like you mean like top 5 artists of all time?
Correct.
Type of thing?
Yes.
Okay, this might be a hard one, but Lil Wayne.
Number 1.
Jay-Z.
Okay.
Tupac. I'm a big fan of Young Jeezy.
Okay.
Big fan of Jeezy. And the last Drake.
All right. I like it. I mean, yeah, Tupac is good.
I love Pac.
Might have had him up at one notch, but yeah, all right. So yeah, I could cruise with you. I could ride with you. I saw you drove up in a drop top, looking good. Looking good.
Thank you.
All right. So I told Angelo this. He's sweating. He's profuse. That I have a very important question that I have to ask you. All right. You ready for it?
I think so. I hope.
All right. This is very important to me personally. All right. But I want you to tell the truth.
Okay.
All right. Do I look like I lost any weight since you saw me last time?
You know what?
Nick is laughing in the engineer booth.
You do.
Yes. High five.
Wow. I did not expect that though. I did not expect that.
Well, I just needed a man's opinion because I've been trying hard, and I know you saw me 2.5 years ago. I think I've lost a little bit since then.
Oh yeah, definitely have.
He didn't know he didn't know what I was going to ask him. He just
took me surprised completely.
See how easy that was. All right. All right. So we can expect Hollywood, the EP, dropping any day now in the next few weeks, and then Calabasas later this fall. And any more videos coming up with this?
Yes. I've got a couple songs that I want to shoot videos to. One of them for a song that's called Instagram Girls. That one's probably going to be on a Hollywood EP.
I like it.
It's an interesting one. They'll probably release it after like Bad Things. That's probably the next one. And I have another song called I Find Solace in Broken Girls, which I want to release a video to that pretty soon too.
Is that up tempo or?
No, it's a very mellow, pretty depressing, but real song.
I find solace in broken girls.
Yes.
So you've been sitting back and looking at the course of relationships,
Yes,
and
I
you have now come with Bad Things,
Uh-huh.
Instagram Girls, and I find solace in broken girls.
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
You need to work this out.
Probably, yeah.
You might need a little help.
Hey, man, we all need a little help sometimes, you know?
Hey, it's a
We're
process.
all human.
I'm single. It's a process. Trust me. I know for sure. All right. I want you to go ahead and tell the listeners where they can fan and follow you at.
Okay, I had to write this one down. You guys can all follow me on Instagram at Angelo_K.I.N.G. YouTube.com/King8335. And for all my social media and like email list and everything all in one place, you go to musicglue.com/Angelo-King1. And that's where you can find everything. Spotify, iTunes, everything all in one.
And you're on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook as well, but I don't really
You don't really
use
do too
that
much
as much.
Facebook. What do you find is the best one for artists? Is it Snapchat or Instagram?
Instagram, definitely Instagram.
Wow. Do you Snapchat?
Yes.
I don't have a Snapchat. I never got into it, but I do find that artists are definitely more into Instagram.
Definitely. Instagram,
Yeah.
it's popping. It's where it's at, you know?
Yeah, I need to start focusing a little bit more on that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and then I want you to go ahead and give any shout outs that you want to give.
I like to shout out South Side of Edmonton, everybody in Millwoods, all the artists out there that are grinding and, you know, doing their thing. I want to give a shout out to my boy Nova Mills. He's pretty much the person that put us on to this, you know, music thing. Is the first studio we ever went to. He's the one that brought us there. So shout out Nova.
Hey.
That's my homie.
Shout out Nova.
Yeah,
And you guys still work, right?
absolutely. We're still trying to. We got some upcoming projects we like to work on, and got stuff
Sounds
coming
good.
up.
Nice. And shout out to all the beautiful girls in your photography and your pictures.
Oh yeah. Shout out to all the bad things. You know?
They're the bat teams.
Definitely bad.
Eye popping, catching people's attention when I post the video. Like, who's all that?
Yeah, I had a friend come up to me actually in the club and say, "You always got the baddest women in your video." I'm like, I guess. Thanks.
Nice. All right. And any other thing you want the listeners to know about Angelo?
Oh, there's a lot. I'm just a hardworking artist from Canada, you know, just doing my thing, having fun with it, and, you know, just working. I'm out here in Los Angeles, going back home pretty soon. And
So anybody that want to catch up to you while you're here, maybe do a little collaboration, they can do that, right? Reach out to you on the social media.
yeah, just whoever, if you want to work and you're serious, just reach out to me on social media. Let's make things happen.
All right.
You know?
Well, I appreciate you coming through
Thank
and coming all the way from Edmonton, Canada.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome anytime, obviously.
I appreciate
You're
that.
an alumni with Urban Stars Media, Blaze NDLA, and now Cali's Best Radio. I wish you could come out and do one of our reunion shows with us. That would be fun.
That would be
and
awesome.
see
I'd love to
everybody.
do that.
Yeah, but you take care, and
Thank you.
we'll definitely be keeping an eye out on you, okay?
Let's do it. Thank you so much, Pete.